you, is it a must in your school for you to get IELTS, to take IELTS speaking test? All right. Okay, so you said that you had already your IELTS simulation, and that was when you were in grade 10. How is your IELTS simulation? Yes, of course. How's the result of your IELTS? Oh, that's nice. Five is not that bad, okay? But we're still going to improve that as long as you're going to follow our language structure and be mindful of your grammar because that is very important and also your pronunciation. All right, let's go. So we're going to take, is this, which page are you now? Which page are you? Is it four? We will just start with four. Now we are going to study which one? Work. Oh, you have finished all this part. Okay. Which page are you then? Okay, we have here accommodation, hometown. You had, okay, you had already hometown. Let's have this one. Geography. You finished. Okay. Social media. Okay. Do you remember which page are you in this lesson? Names, writing. Which one? Talents, evening time, singing. Oh, okay. Talents. Oh, they're done? You're done with. Oh, okay. All right. Talents, evening time. So you're not done with this part. Okay. Let's see. What about morning time? Are you done with morning time? Not yet. Okay. Not yet. So let's see this one. Birthday technology. Okay, you finished. And housework. Oh, all right. So we are going to continue with housework, okay? So that you're going to be familiarize yourself with this. Though you have some questions, you are familiar with the questions actually in your next IELTS speaking test, it will not be different. It will still be the same. But how you are going to answer, it would not be memorized. It would be naturally coming out from your mouth how you are going to express yourself. All right, let's see. So, do you like cooking? Or who usually does the cooking in your home? Sometimes my father will. Oh, sometimes my father will. Father will take care of us. Did I heard it right? Sometimes my father will take care of us. Uh huh. Take. Uh huh. All right. Sometimes my father. All right. So it's not like will. Will is usually in the future. Okay. Sometimes my father took, like in exchange of your mom, sometimes your father cooks for you and your mom, right? Took care of you. Do you often do housework at home? The task of me including housework every day. Okay, now you need to not it's in general. You need to be specific. Okay, you do housework, you can tell what housework is that. What task is that? So you can say, yes, of course, I'm doing some tasks. So what tasks do you do every day? Do you do the dishes? Do you do the sweeping the floor or fixing your bed? Those are things that you can tell. Yes, of course. Again, I'm giving you tidbits, okay? You need to be familiarized with what you are saying, okay? As a level D Delta, I'm in Delta IELTS, okay? So I'm giving you suggestion of how you get. It's not, do you often do housework at home? It's not just, yes, I'm doing that task. Yes, of course, it's not. You're going to, you need to elaborate, okay? What does that mean? What tasks do you do every day? Some tasks, okay, you do your homework. What else? Do you fix your table after doing your homework? Those are some kind of tasks that you do at home. What housework do you do at home? Name them, right? Mm-hmm. All right. But sometimes I will help my mom again. But sometimes I will help my mom. All right. So instead of saying, but sometimes I will help my mom, but sometimes I help my mom. Please remember that will usually use for future activities. Okay. But the question is usually at home, but you said sometimes, so will cannot be used. Do you want to learn how to cook well? All right. So you also watch TikTok cooking lessons and you learn step by step preparation for cooking. All right. Now let's have this one now. Okay. Morning time. What about your morning time? Let's see. Do you often get up early? All right. Yes. All right, says there. Yes, my father always asked me to get up in the morning. Asked me. Okay. Normally, you need to change some of the words that is inappropriate. Okay. My father always, hold on. Okay. Instead of as, you can also change as to prompt. All right. It means to say your dad prompted you to wake up every day as much as possible, early as possible. My father always prompts me, prompts, wake up or to get up early, to get up early. Study is efficient, as you said that a while back. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes there are some words that you don't need to use it. Let's have this one. What is your morning routine? All right. It is efficient to recite some words in the morning. Do you usually have to is it is efficient to recite some words in the morning? So do you do this every day? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So it is you are it's this is well planned that you do every day. That's why it's included in your morning routine. So before you go to school, you need to recite some words. Oh, during the holiday, this is morning routine. That's why I'm asking you. All right. So some of the questions that are posted here, there are some follow-up questions that your examiner might ask. Okay. That's why it's morning routine. What is your morning routine? Okay. Now, do you like the morning or the evening? Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. All right. So is breakfast important? Mhm, it's the first time to sport. Okay, I heard you like yes, sure. You keep on saying yes, sure. There are lots of phrases that you can that can use instead of using yes, sure. You can also definitely yes, or um, I agree to that more definitely, right? Because this can be repetitive, right? That is repetitive. Okay, so you can also use that. Definitely, yes, I can't agree for that. When we say I can't agree, I can't agree. All right, I agree to that more, right? I can agree to that, right? Or you can say I agree if you couldn't, because that is high level of English. I agree to, right? Because the question is breakfast important? I do agree. You can also say that. It is the most, right? So instead of using also important, you can also use other words aside from important. What other words can you use aside from important? Significant. Okay, there you go. So there are other words that you can use. Okay. Yes. Okay. What do you usually do in the morning? Oh, sorry. Do you like getting up early in the morning? So this is somewhat kind of. Do you often get up early? Do you like getting up early in the morning? There you go. Compared to, I misheard that. Compared to, compared with. All right. Cece, what do you usually do in the morning? Usually, you usually do that in the morning. That's what I asked you again a while back. Now, again, it's asking you, what do you usually do in the morning? This is asking for your morning routine. And of course, since it's holiday, of course, you do that. What about if it's not holiday? What do you usually do in the morning? Mhm. Several times. Okay, so normally, of course, you are already 17 years old, right? So grade 11, is it? Is it grade 11? Grade 12. Oh, grade 12. So at your age, what do you usually do in the morning? Of course, as you wake up, you prepare for your needs, and then you play mobile games several times. Okay, mobile game in your phone while waiting for time. While waiting for time. I mean to say because you have to go to school, right? But if every day as a student, what do you do? Yes, it's asking you there. What do you usually do in the morning? Uh-huh. So you play your mobile phone before you surrender your phone to your teacher. Okay. Mm-hmm. I get it. Are there any differences between what you do in the morning now and what you did in the past? Again, are there any differences between what you do in the morning now and what you did in the past? You just talked with your classmate in the morning instead of using mobile phone. Before, mobile phone is not yet allowed for you, and now mobile phone is allowed. Okay. That's now your talent. So that's all for your morning routine. Do you have a talent or something you are good at? Okay, normally we don't usually answer this directly. Okay, you can have some introduction. All right. So as young as you were until you develop something that you really like, that you are interested in. Okay. Because you just short answers. You need to remember that there's time frame for responding, especially if it's discussion or if it's part two. For part one, it's okay. For part two, you need to extend your answers. Okay, you need to elongate as much as possible. Okay, do you have a talent or something you are good at? Actually, I was not born with a good talent. But as I watch videos nowadays, I try to imitate something that I'm kind of fancy, interesting. So those are some words that you're going to introduce until you are going to say that you are interested or you love doing other things. Okay. Do you think your talent can be useful for your future work? You wanted to be a computer programmer. Yeah, of course, your talent is your talent. There are some other talents aside from running, because you mentioned that that is what you are good at. You're good at running, having speed, fast speed. Okay. Do you think your talent can be useful for your future work? Yes, of course. You said not. Is there anyone in your family that has the same talent as yours? You have never seen your dad that could run fast. Do you like morning? Let's have this one. Morning time. No, it's evening time. Okay. Do you like morning or evening? Another question that is very repetitive, right? Okay, what do you usually do in the evening? Actually, it's the same when you're going to have your IELTS. There are some questions that are the same, but it's different how you are going to say it. Okay, that's why they would know if your answer is memorized. Okay, what did you do in the evening when you were young or when you were a child, and why? What did you do in the evening when you were young, and why? Mhm. Okay, you repetitively said that when I was young children. Okay, remember that children is plural. Okay, so you cannot use children. Rather, you can use I was young or when I was a kid. Okay, or you can say when I was a little. Okay, you can say when I was a little boy. You can also say that. I told you that's why you're not going to extend. You need to elaborate. When I was children, when I was a child, so instead of a child, when I was a little boy. See that? When I was a kid. See that? Okay. So are there any differences between what you do in the evening now and what you did in the past? On the street? Work on the street? Why do you work on the street? Are you a janitor or what? You work in the street. Now I work. Okay, that's what the problem for pronunciation. You need to be careful of your pronunciation. Walk. Okay. All right. So walk, walk. You need to open your mouth. Okay. Now I walked. Now I walk in the street. Mhm. Walk. Now I walk in the street. Yes, that's why I put there walk, because your pronunciation is walk and work. It sounds like work if you're going to. Yes, yeah, that's why it's walk. You need to open your mouth. Walk. All right. All right, but in the past, I played hide and seek with who? All right, but in the past, I hide and seek. All right, but in the past, I played hide and seek with my friends. Okay, so you don't play now, of course. You walk. But in the past, you played hide and seek. See that? Did in the past. You need to remember if there is did, it's always in the past. It's always past activity. Let's have now singing. Do you like singing? Hmm. No. Hello? I'm working, baby. Hold on. Okay. This is in short question, but you need to extradicate. You need to elaborate your answer. It's like, no, but I like singing. Why? Actually, you don't need to say no, but you're going to disagree with what is was it's asking. But you need to elaborate your answer. Okay. Example: do you like singing? Why? Okay. I never liked singing, but I love listening to music that you can tell what kind of music you like. It didn't ask you that, but because this is IELTS, you need to elaborate. Again, elaborate, like you need to explain. You need to give some facts. You need to give some supporting details of your answers. You see that? Do you like singing? But it's a long answer. Like, again, it shouldn't be less than 2 minutes supposed to be. Okay. Do you like singing? I always wanted singing, even when I was young. I love watching my brothers playing guitars, and that made me interested in singing. I tried to join some singing contests, but I failed until when I was in college that I joined a choir that I improved my capabilities in singing until I learned that I love singing. You see that it's only one question, but you can extend. You see that? All right. You need to extend your answers. Okay. Have you learned how to sing? Hmm. Very good. All right. There you go. That is how you're going to elaborate. You see, it didn't ask you some of that, but you need to. Have you learned how to sing before when you were young? You must, right? You must learn to sing the national anthem. Do you have national anthem? National anthem, that is Chinese. What's that national anthem? The Chinese song that you must sing during like flag ceremony. National anthem. When you were young, when you were in kindergarten, your teacher prompts you to sing, right? That is, it's asking you if have you learned how to sing? I only learned how to sing when I was in kindergarten school, that we need to act and sing. Okay, see that? Those are some of the things that you can use. If possible, which person would you like to sing a song for? If possible, which person would you like to sing and song to sing a song for? National anthem. For every mom. What's that? I kind of forgot, but I knew there's a song for mom, and it's very, uh, was that very short, but it has a very important meaning, significant meaning. Okay. Do you think singing can bring happiness to people? The pitch, okay. You need to be careful of this, okay? Do you think singing can bring happiness to people? I believe that some of the songs can bring happiness, but not all songs can bring happiness. Okay, there are some mellow that it makes you sleep. There are some energetic songs that it gives you vibes. There are songs that it gives you somewhat kind of romantic feeling. It's not all happiness. There are some sadness as well. Okay, but you need to be careful of this. Do you think singing can bring happiness to people? Right? You can also say, I believe I found out that, especially when you are into rap, you are into some other important, known rather, not important, rather than known like hip hop. You have what else? Jazz, blues, country music, folk songs. Okay. So there are different. Let's go here. All right, so that's it. We had already taken all this. Huh? No, it's not. Okay. Ah, okay. Let's have the part two. Uh-huh. All right. So in this, you are going to this is it. You're going to extend more of your answers. Okay. In part three, your answers can be cut by your examiner. Here, you must extend your answers. It says here that describe a person who likes to wear fashionable clothes or dress well. You should say who. You need to list down the questions in your mind. Remember that, and then jot the words that's very important for you. Those are called, we have the words that you need to remember. Okay, who he, she is, what job she does, and what kinds of clothes he, she usually wears, and explain how you feel about him or her. It's about fashion. All right, you can answer after 60 seconds. Jot down some of the important words that you are going to use. At least 5 words. Hold on for a moment. Okay, you need always have to learn it. I want to talk about a person. About. Okay. Look, this question is all about fashion, but you focus more of where he come from and how what do you feel about him or her, but you are referring to the fashion. What do you feel about, like, example, you said that about his clothes, that he wears expensive clothing. How do you feel about him? All right. I like it because there are some improvements with the extension of your sentences. All right, you have here about his experiences or about his experience. About, sorry, experiences. All right, and be careful of fillers. And please be careful of that kind of dead air when you are speaking, especially when you're going to formal IELTS. Um, you need to refrain from using this kind of fillers because it can also affect your score during speaking time. Okay, let's focus on fashion more, of like what he does very good. You were able to elaborate what he does, but you said you kind of, you said that you forget, you couldn't remember where he comes from. That's why you need to remember some important details. Okay, you need to jot down. You have your paper, you can jot down important words that you can use to describe the person that you are describing. All right, what kinds of clothes she usually wears? That is, yeah. You just said that he wears fashionable and expensive. So what kinds? What kinds of clothes he usually wear? You need branded clothing. Okay, branded. But branded clothing, but what kind of? Instead, what kind of branded clothing? What else? Fashionable branded clothing. Okay, you need to eat. Jacket. Okay, jeans. Right. You can list down what kind of. All right. That's what you. It's okay. You need to list down important details of the question before you're going to answer. Okay. Alfred, I found out that you are very you can express yourself in English, and there are some questions that you have short answers which needed long answers. right? Please be careful. As much as possible, you need to extend your answers. And also, please try to add more vocabularies, especially adjectives, okay? Because these are more important when you are describing a person, a place, or a thing. All right. There are some problems with your grammars. Your pronunciation is not a problem, but you need to improve some of the pronunciation. It sounds, especially for walk, it sounds like work, right? So for pronunciation, it's not that bad at all, but you can still improve. But for grammars, we need to work on that. Okay, we need to work on grammars. All right. And do you have any question? None. Okay. All right, Alfred. So that's it for today's lesson. Thank you so much for choosing me as your IELTS teacher for today, and hope to see you in your next class. Okay. Have a great evening. Bye.
Ma, kumain ka na. Kain ka na.